There are things we can do. We bring in good news and we give it to you. We touch it for podcast and connecting people and culture from here and up out of the globe. Calling out people who waiting to serve. Blessing our time and our efforts are rest. The brothers giving us here and the promise of them. The welcome of life without fear.
I lyrical health.
Master.
Play Paris, who make on you. I can't ask it if you been you. Say my journey, Tina get I say my jamo. And yes, I know money. The more I get you. And you love me. The more I get you.
Sktv, the best in Liberia. Sktv, the best in Africa. Sktv, the best in Mama Liberia. Must hold by the lofa and grandmother.
And I didn't ya to money, and I said ya to money, and I couldn't play ya to money, and I could do ya to money, and I didn't ya to money, and I said ya to money, and I couldn't play ya to money, and I could do ya to money, and I don't get it now ya to money. That's the baby, and I don't get it now. So she work on my ya to money. Yeah.
Sktv, the best in Liberia. Sktv, the best in Africa. Sktv, the best in Mama Liberia. Must hold by the lofa and grandmother.
There are things we can do. We bring in good news and we give it to you. We touch it for podcast and connecting people and culture from here and up out of the globe. Calling out people who waiting to serve. The flesh, our time and our efforts are rest. The broadcast we giving are real and the promise from best. To work with my life without fear. From Grandfather Nima to Lufa, from Riverside, River G to Chile, from Grand Crew, Bombing, Kidman, Montserrat, to San to Bacalu, from Maryland, Bonkan to the Mikey B. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB.
Sktv, the best in Liberia. Sktv, the best in Africa.
In the Sktv, we are the best in Liberia. Sktv, we are the best in Africa. And the Sktv, we are the best around the world. Folks, what I want to say, the pleasant good evening. Good evening to all of you. In fact, compliment of the season, or to our old folks, to our market people, to our young boys, happy, in fact, Merry Christmas and Happy New Year to all of you out there, those of you who are following, or if I will follow this broadcast. Guess what? Oh, good, life interesting. But again, people, good evening, welcome. We will talk about some of these happening back here, some of our interactions. Sometimes we decide to be quiet, sometimes that is, low profile, we play some of the low profile, but at the end of the day, there are people who also, when they see us out there, they want to identify, they want to call our names, and say hi to us. But again, people, good evening. Good evening. Merry Christmas. Yeah, I like that. Just share the show. The show will be interesting. My deacon in the building. The show will be interesting today. Share the show, people. For my part, today's Friday. Yeah, today's Friday, man. Let's move. My deacon, yeah, let me tell you. Some of you now you start losing hope. Oh, what happened to the media? Nothing happened to the media. We are strong. We're good to go. In fact, we are the best. We are the reason why some of you today, you can freely express. And so don't matter thing. Man, we for the Baptist. We know how to do things, But share the show. Let me share the link around quickly. Yeah. Mr. Cullen will be here with us today. And that are the rest of the team. They will always, in fact, they will also be here with us. But let's move, people. Share the show. The show will be interesting. We promise you, people, that we're going to talk about other things. But because today, the deacon said a lot of things. So we don't want our deacon to pass that. then that'll be their respect to me when I allow the deacon to pass that. But again, that move people. Don't worry. Don't mind other person who was not part of the interview. They just went there and say, "Oh yeah, I'm the head of the institution." No. But I know what you share the show. These are kind of people that the president was really talking about. Somebody was not part of the interview. Oh God. That's the show. Yeah, man. No, when you talk, then who tell you that my deacon can listen to the radio? My deacon can listen. No matter thing. That thing that like, now look, that's what we can do. To miss. But that move people. Share the show. Today's Friday, the 19th of December. How many more days to go into Christmas? 19, 25th. So how many more days? 6 more days. Yes. So we have probably about 6 more days to go into the Christmas. Then from there, then we'll go into the new year. So people, some of you, but again, you don't want to give to people that want your property. So you're waiting for the deacon. You're waiting for my deacon to give to. Yeah, what? Well, they might be interesting. So if you're waiting for my deacon to give, that's a waste of time. Don't wait for the deacon to give to anybody because they're deacon of ours. They're my deacon. We know how to, put money together. We know how to save. We know how to do things. So if my deacon is waiting for, that's why we're not taking my 2029 because we know some of you will vote against us come 2029. So no need. Anyway, you're liking you. Oh God. But again, people, let go, man. Let go. Let's the show interesting. And the show will be hot. Today, the show will be interesting. Yes, the show will be interesting today. It will be more hot. Share the show, people. Make sure that we have a lot of viewers on this platform this evening. Myself, I'm sharing the show. Mr. Connor will be here with us very soon. Yeah, but Ali already get the link. Monk or Cyrus, we also get a link. Share the show. Don't mind these talks. These are political talks. The same time, the president. So as a president, when the president said that, if I can listen to local or working on video, ask him. So that means the class will. Oh God. So that means the class will they're just talking their own thing. But nobody cares. Because if a president even listen to you people, that means a waste of time. Class will only. Oh, we move here. So people, we move on. We move on. Let's share the show. But actually, people, to the Friday, for us, no, but they're problem with the Sktv people. Yeah. Look, I think more gotta come on. We gotta give to some of our followers. Let me be frank. Yeah. We gotta give to some of our followers. Because no hope. Look, any kind of way you put it, no hope. So we gotta give to our people. No hope. Yeah. Because the president talk about job creation. Something you're fat though. To them probably show be hard. Job creation and what okay, let me did somebody just enter because of me I don't want would they be God favor gate stop please stop just share the show people. Aliu is here already. I come and bring Aliu on very soon. Please share the show. Today we want the show to reach even to the president So the president say maybe he can't follow radio. Maybe the president will follow the internet. I know him very well. But again, it's good, man. It's good. So yeah, but as you set yourself up, my brother. I don't know what I all said, but I'm bringing you on already. My dear brother, brother Ali, good evening. Well,
Maybon, good afternoon, good evening from my end. Good evening to our listening audience and followers. Aliyu Masade, glad to be here this afternoon. How's Mama Labira? How's everything?
wonderful, my brother. No, my brother. Okay, thank God for life, but we okay. Thank God to admit everything is okay. Yes. So we already, in fact, we're almost into the Christmas. For matter of fact, today the 19th of December. So we have roughly about 6 more days to go into the Christmas. But we're okay. I think someone said, I think I saw that. I don't know whether from, I don't know, from this, maybe from Central Liberia or I don't know. But I saw people saying that 80% of our people in our county or maybe at our place, they were selling or they are selling. So other people are saying, but that is good. But for us, my brother, okay. You can get a place where you have almost 80% of the people, they are all marketeers. No, then that means it's not okay. But to some people, it's okay. But so for us, my brother, okay, thank God. And my deacon on today, yeah, you were given the opportunity today to speak to his people. And yes, so many things have been said, yeah, including job creation, including, the way we talk, our interactions and so forth, and the issue of elections and so forth. But okay, my brother, what say you? Everything.
Oh, thank God, Maybon, excuse me, since we had our first snow, it had been cold. Last night it rained, and today we get a good weather. You see me in short sleeve because we get a sun shining today. Yes, I can even wear short trousers today. Yes, but so far so good. Everything is okay. Yes, glad to be here.
Wonderful. So I guess you followed the president interview this morning on the state of radio or state, some will say the state media. I don't know what say you because we don't want to get maybe a few things for you. Then we move on. We're still waiting for Mr. Kane and other Mark that will join us here this evening. But what say you with the president, with Mandiko? For a matter of fact, those of you who are following us, share the show. It's Mandiko. You like, you can say what you want to say. As far as I'm concerned, it's Mandiko because I'm a Baptist and the deacon or the president, also is a Baptist. So, but my brother, go ahead.
Oh yes, Maybon. I listened to the president today, and there are two things that I took from there. The good one, number one, was when the president was asked consistently or continuously about the 2029 election, and what he had to say was, right now, while it's in front of us, is what we need to focus on. It is not time to think about 2029 right now. We get a lot on hand to do. This is what we need to focus on. I'm not focused on 2029. And over he was asked, and that was his answer. And for me, I think that was a good answer from him as a president. Right now, you just took power 2 years now. We haven't seen anything, even though we know that you people are focusing on 2029 because you are not yet even solved 1% of the bread and butter issue of Liberia. You people are focusing on building party headquarters, preparing for 2029. We know all of these things. SOE, they are not contributing to the budget. You people are saving money for 2029 election. We know it. But for the answer he gave today, or I will say thank to him, I appreciate that. I will commend him for that answer. And number two, again, it was something that he said about, yes, when it comes to grading, or when he was asked to grade himself, which of course he said he cannot grade himself right now. Okay, they get a lot to do. And then where they will stop, maybe people will grade them, which of course, or I take that, I accept what he said, because self-praises is not a good recommendation. You can go out there, you praise yourself. I think it is people that are supposed to look at your good work and praise you. For me, that's my take. And that two things, I appreciate that of him, and I commend him for those two answers that he gave today. And that was the two good things that actually I saw from the entire interview or whatsoever today from the president. That's the
Well,
good.
thank you. Yes, thank you, Brother Aliu. In fact, for matter of fact, yeah, I think, you are almost like you myself. We were thinking the same way, but from all indications, the president, today, that's why it's good that you give the leaders opportunity to speak to the people. Even if you give the president another media engagement, maybe 2 to 3 media engagement, he will say the truth. The president will say the truth to the Liberian people that the power has been hijacked. Because even if you go back to where the president said that the issue of that on a presidential villa at maybe somewhere around there in Lofa or Foya that you know nothing about, is being followed. So my brother, there are few things to me add up to what you also observe. Yes. So one of the things they also had to do with the VIDA project or the presidential VIDA project, allegedly. Now, following on, the person also said that he have no idea how that project started, but according to him, he said that the people had or they had the project for him just because they want, I don't know, just because they don't want to tell him, because when they inform him, according to him, he's going to stop the project. Then guess what? The same president who said that, he also said that, in fact, that project is a project that's going to, I know, welcome other people from the Mana River New or so forth here and there. I think that's a contradiction. Serious contradiction. If you say that the people had a project from you and did not tell you, who are those people that had a project from you? That's another question. Who are those people? So ask yourself, Liberians, as to who are those people that had a project for the president? And if the need be, where the money come from? Well, again, my brother, that's my one observation. Two observations have to do with the issue of elections. And the deacon was right. Look, I said that here on this radio that, or in fact on this platform, that some of the things that are ongoing, the deacon or the president not aware. People are doing this thing to abuse our people just because they want political time, or just because they want time. So even the 6 years, they see the 6 years like it's nothing. So all they were doing is to manipulate things, to make sure that they have the president into his, or maybe let me just say stress. He's my deacon. So the issue of 2029 started with the United Party. Not the president, but with the party. So some of the party hierarchy felt that they need, to, or maybe they want to maintain power. So the only way that they will maintain power is to start maybe the ground, or someone will say to start the ball rolling. So they started with everything. And the president not aware. So the president focus is how to transform the life of the Liberian people. How come now we are into a campaign period? And better, that's another observation. Everything that we're going through today is about campaign. The United Party, they are heavily campaigning instead of delivering for the people or making the people life better. So that's my second observation. And my third observation, oh God, was the president also talked about job creation, and that's a major issue. The issue of the bread and butter is I don't know what to make, or in fact how to call it, but it's a major one that the party won election on. So the issue of bread and butter was asked. The president talked about, oh, you know, and we making everything possible that you know the I don't know how you may call the iron ore or what kind of thing they put the iron. It's just, you know, it's just holding and pulling and all the kind of thing talking about, oh yeah, the iron ore man thing, the this and that, the people and the other thing, you know, to create jobs is taking about 2 years. So, Mr. President, Madiko, my question to you, or my question is, so with the entire job issue will be about 4 years, because I'm an observation to my brother, because the 2 years already come. Now we into another, maybe we already entering into the 3 years, or maybe the third year, and the person talking about job creation taking about 2 years. So which one of the 2 years that you're talking about, my brother? That's another important question I will ask today about job creation. And the president, you know, try to play around some of these things. At the end of the day, my brother, nothing you will do that will satisfy the Liberian people if you not create job. So far so good. I think that my observation. Another thing, my brother. Yes, but
Yeah,
what?
like
Mhm.
yeah, maybe like I said, there are so many things today in the president or statement, the speech he gave today or interview. And the reason why I started with the two, because that's the first two that it really caught my attention. I appreciate him for the way he answered the question or continued there about 2029. And again, when he was asked about grading himself. And these are the first two things that, you know, anything you start talking the good one first before you come to the bad one. But again, like you said, we start with this 4-year project. When the project started, we've been hearing about this $10 million project. It's a presidential project, Joseph Baka retirement home. And there were so many speculations out there. Daniel Sano will say this, or Kula Fofana, my sister-in-law, she will say this. From there, you go to Roden Gideon, he can speak to it's a security, this, that, they should ask the executive mansion. And just quite recently, we heard from these people that it is a government project that was 6.1 million. That's what they said. In fact, say it's a minor reward project or minor reward sponsoring it, and even private individual are sponsoring this project. How can a private individual sponsor a government project? That's another contradiction there. And today now we're hearing from the presidential liar, Joseph Newman Boakai, telling the Liberian people, in fact, this project is something that he don't know about. They didn't tell him about it from the initial stage. But this project had gone 8 to 9 months. Even they didn't tell you, when you got to know about it, what did you do as a president? And this project, the contract, according to what we are hearing, the contract was given to one of your family members, your nephew, or cousin, or somebody. When you got to know about this project, what did you do? And you say that even if they were to tell you are going to put stop to it because you don't want people to think that it is for you, and when they put it in FOIA, they did it without telling you. Who is in charge of the country? What step did you take for Liberian people to say, oh, when the president heard about the project, he was upset, this was what he did? What did you do as a president? This is my own question to him. And I will tell Liberian people, Joseph Boakai, this is just a rhetoric. This old man lie about everything. He's fully aware of that project. But to come out and say, hey, Liberian people will say, oh man, the president. So that's why he came out with that rhetoric to tell Liberians, oh yeah, I never knew about it. They didn't tell me because they knew if they were to tell me, I was going to put stop to it. That's why they didn't tell me. So someone who is legally guided and minded, you've been in government for 42 years, 81-year-old president for the 4 years now. What did you do when you get to know about it, when they told you now? So Manuel River, Guinea, Sierra Leone, Ivory Coast, they will be brave enough to just come and put project down in your county or in your country without telling you that you don't know nothing about as a president. You people say this is a government project, 6.1 million. And now today, Joseph Boakai is telling all that the project will be funded by MRU. Project are already on the 5% to completion. Then he's telling all that MRU will be the one to fund the project. He even says they are the one funding the project. So this is the project that to start fresh.
So that, Brother Ali, let me ask you. Thank you. So I want all to stick to that. Let me ask you this question. So are you sensing that maybe there's some political, maybe honor tune, there's some maybe way of maybe certifying, because if you even observe the president today, what we have Eugene Facon all coming on later on was not also part of the interview. Putting himself into the interview today. Are you also sensing that maybe there are some maybe embarrassment, there's something that was ongoing? So maybe not to make the United Party to look bad, because look, that's what I said from the beginning, my brother. When we give the leaders chance to come to the media, they will confess until they will confess. But today, on what happened today, even with the interference of Eugene Facon, speak volume. But let's move on with the question. So are you sensing that maybe there were little, maybe some kind of arrangement, or maybe with the president later on after the break, or what?
The problem, Wilborn, you can lie to come to power, you cannot lie to govern. They say what in your hand, put it down, but not what it is in your blood. Those people have no vision, they have no plan, then they came to power and up to now. And these are things that you should be having a plan. When you say, oh yeah, you want to be your president, you want to be a representative, senator, whatsoever, make sure you get a strategic plan, get a vision, that when you come, you know why you are going to start with. But those people just came to power with anger, and this is why today they have won election, they are still angry here and there. The president was not really informed. They didn't even say to him good. And this is why you see the kind of flaws, the kind of contradiction coming from within their camp. But again, as I said, this is a rhetoric. Joseph Baka is fully aware of the project in Lofa County. Joseph Baka did not any kind of small boy around here. As he said, he been in government for a very long period of time. Who will come and put project down in your country, in your county, in your town, your village? For the past 8-9 months, your citizens have been talking about it. You can't come out to speak. Like you said today, you didn't know about it. They didn't tell you. When you got to know, what did you do as a president? You're coming out today with contradiction, all kinds of things. Joseph Baka is fully aware of that project. If anybody say he know, then they are a liar than himself, and they are also with them. They fall into their liar camp. But Joseph Baka is aware about that.
So thank God, saying you are here. Then I think
are you checking in the Bible for Monk and Mr. Kane?
Is it?
Are you checking in the bike for Monk and?
Don't worry, Mr. Kane will come on if you ready, or Monk and all them. They will come through. Don't worry, my brother. Move. Don't worry, sir. What mean you're gonna afraid of the deacon?
No. Because he said he was coming last night.
Because I'm a deacon friend. So if you're a friend now, I don't know now. But let's move. Ali. So I have a series of questions, because even though there are other news in passing, one have to do with the media. The president said he can maybe he can listen to the local radio station, because the way the radio stations or the way the media is moving. But when last I will ask you this question, sometime before you say this, you should be able to understand things. Like for example, Melbourne used to go out and chill. Just because Melbourne get married and say, oh, chilling is bad, then there will be series of questions. People ask you, but Melbourne, this is your video, this is your photo, this is where you were yesterday. How come not today you're telling us that children is bad? People will question me. So for me, there are few things that I will not talk about, especially when it comes to entertainment and other stuff. But for our president to come out today and say, oh, the media, I don't listen to the other radio station, in fact, international radio station. Mr. President, in fact, let me just go to that man, but I'll come back to you. Mr. President, first of all, I think that, in fact, that statement You got to take it back. Because even the BBC, I follow the BBC, and they have so many news. Whether it's positive, whether it's negative. So for you to come and say, oh yeah, the local media, I don't follow it. But again, that's in fact that's embarrassment. And I think that should also go back to the class below that, the LBS, where we have how do you call all the Ghana from the NTA. How do you call the other men from NTA? All of them are there. It's an embarrassment to all of you. In fact, because of that statement today, Eugene Fakon had to force himself and make it look like, oh yeah, I'm the Director General of LBS. No, the president not looking for Director General. Look. But again, let me go back to the question. So, with all you just said, so what's going to happen in the future with our young people, for example? Because the president also talked about job creation, and you talk about the 4-year project, and that project, according to the president, that the Mana River Union or how you may call, they will use that project. They will, people will go there. They will have their time. People will be able to, to do anything that they want to do. It's not private project, according to the president. But then your question or your statement is indeed interesting. So how come it's a president that after so many months, people will say 1 year now or nearly a year, that people will build a place or people will come. And this government, quickly, before you come in, this government is, in fact, a government that some of us have noticed that love the media. They love the media so much until to the extent that, in fact, they even have their own talk show. So where in this world that you will be having your own talk show and you are unable to explain to the Liberian people about the building in Lofa or Foya? But my brother, what say you? How do you think that Liberian people are going to react to all these things that our president will say? And then that project there, in fact, the Mana River Union project, but in fact, it's funded, in fact, all kinds of things. What say you, my brother?
Maybe, as I said, that's a rhetoric. You see, this is very, very frustrating and heartbreaking. Liberia is all we had, no matter our political difference. That's the only country we cannot be deported from. But the ineptitude of this government is mind-boggling. To get an 80-year-old president or 81-year-old president for the 4 years in government, that whenever he appears, he just like somebody who they didn't serve in government for, this is his first time. Like the statement today about he doesn't listen to or the radio stations in the country, that's an insult to the media, first of all. And also it is an insult to the Liberian people. Because as a president, you should be able to listen to the radio stations in the country to know the complaint why your people are going through. But if you say you can't even listen to radio in the country, that shows that you doesn't even care for your people. But you listening to international news. If that is true, you listening to international news, but you can't listen to the news in your country to know, oh yes, if your people, their lives are improving, if your government is doing well. You don't listen, because when you listen to radio, you will hear people will be there to praise you, people will be there to criticize you, and from there you will say, oh yes, they are criticizing me to this other area. You will be able to call your minister or director from that other side. But how will a president say he can listen to no radio station in the country? He listen to foreign news. And because when you listen to the radio station, they only talk about insult. How do you know they talk about insult? They can be insulting when you are not listening to this station. I also see that like as a lie. How do you know? You now go under the water. How do you know that the crocodile there is saying something? You see, I see it as an insult to we, the citizens of the country, and also to the media. That's not good to hear from our 80-year-old president. So to show you that he don't even have interest in the people, because if you listen to radio, you will know why your people are going through, and then you will be able to solve those issues. But if you say you can listen to the radio, that shows that the president had no interest in the citizen in the country. And even the media institution, he cares less to do with you there. That's an insult to you. And I don't think we're supposed to be seeing this kind of thing happening in the country. That's very bad. You see? So now the project, the legislature should do what now? Are they going to say, oh yes, we want to know who building this project? Because the president, how will a project be going on? Are you trying to tell us that you are not in control of the country? You are not in charge of the country? So now our tourists can just come, they go to Liberia, they start doing whatsoever they want to do there. You see? And then later the president will say, oh, I heard that people were building or base here before, but I never knew that later on before I got to know that they were building a base here in the country. What logic is in that? And you see people, they are celebrating, oh yeah, the president, he's very transparent, he's saying the truth. Is that how you say truth? I don't know if it is a law in Liberia or if it is in the constitution of Liberia that when you support a political party, even when they are doing wrong, you can't say, hey, you have to spin it to praise them, to praising them. I don't really know. The president, his statement today is very, very reckless and irresponsible. As a leader, you don't speak like that. If you will say you don't listen to the radio station in the country, you listen to foreign news, that shows that you care less about your people, what they are going through. But you want to know about the other foreign country, how their people are living. And the people who you took off to protect their lives, you care to know what they are going through. Because when you listen to the radio, you will know why your people are going through in the country. So if President Baka tells you he don't listen to radio, to tell you he don't care about you. But yesterday he was listening to radio because he said it is because of insult that he can't listen to radio. But yesterday he used to have the radio to his ear when Prophet Key be causing all the BB woman calls, they taking lapper from all women. He opened all his teeth and he laughing. He could listen to radio yesterday when Prophet Key then was insulting women across the country. That was the time Joseph Waka could listen to radio. But today he can't listen to radio because he don't want to hear insult. What kind of deception?
Indeed, my brother. Thank you, brother Aliu. Actually, you don't know everything, and as you know, I've been following the entire media, especially the social media, and you know, I've been seeing, or in fact, witness, I still following most of our brothers from the media also, you know, saying, oh yes, yeah, the president is right there because of no. All these tensions today that we are going through today, everything comes from the previous opposition. You see, that's the kind of thing, Aliu. Everything that we are going through today, with all of the insult, even for the person who may have close connection with Yeke Koruba Badem, and have close connection with who? Perfect Key, and all of these people yesterday. So you think that it was bread and butter? So you think that they maybe the other people, maybe who had their own radio stations. So you don't think that in fact they're gonna have people? No. So what you wanna get first? The only thing that will happen now, but I will even add to you before I play Eugene Facon video, also interrupting the entire interview, will be like, you cannot, as a leader, you know, even though you're talking about we are this and that, we are that, but you know, yeah, man, I feel sorry for my Tico, man. You know, I don't want to say everything because I'm very look, between you and myself, my brother, I'm feeling sorry for my Tico. Let me be frank. This President Jota Imamboka wanted to develop Liberia, make Liberia, in fact, even if he can develop Liberia 100%, but to better the system, but people hijack everything. So I come in. Yeah, go ahead.
No, Lane. I'm sorry.
So the point here is, if you, as president, to say that you don't follow your local media, that's an insult. Let's be frank. Let's put all joke aside. So even though for us, they want to give a real land because they said, you know, the mindset that people are against, and you go back to all of them, the class below, thank God. even the LBS, it's a disgrace that the president will say that you don't follow local media. You think it's SKTV people who maybe the way they talk. No. It's also about you, because you think that you are into a campaign period. So every time you want to insult people, you have someone like I don't know how they call it for the NTA. All the people, they have their platform, they have shows. The class below there, the Ministry of Information, you insult people. Oh, thank God. So the president embarrassed all of you today that you don't listen to media because, in fact, the local media because of you people behavior. So, and I hope and pray that Mandiko, let me wrong. Let me be frank. Let me say that on the radio before I play the video. Then maybe they have to say. I pray to God that Mandiko will not be wrong. Or in fact, you will not be wrong anymore about maybe for any positions. Let it come with me. After this time, yes, but let it go home and rest his body and be able to pay attention to his grandchildren or his great-grandchildren. Because these people, they are all criminals. They don't care about the development of the country. But go ahead, my brother. They play the video.
Yeah, or maybe today the president sounded like some kind of serious manner old man. And this is how he got people attracted to him today that get into power. When President Waka speaks, you will be like, oh yes, this old man, he's so eloquent. I think yes, he's the best person. Because when he was asked the question over and over about 2029, and he was like, let's focus on what we have ahead of us right now. We shouldn't focus on 2029. And when anybody speak like that, people will say, oh yes, this old man mean well for the country. But on the contrary, no. And this is how this old man, he's a BM. He know how to speak. He know how to grab people attention. He know how to conjure people. And this was how he was speaking today. Let's forget about 2029. And when he was asked about the issue of job creation, you listen to what he said. The bread and butter issue when it comes to job creation, you listen to President Boakai that he told his finance minister that every budget year, they should put money in the budget to be able to create job for the Liberian people, maybe private sector job and thing. Your 2024 budget, did your finance minister put any money there to create job? Your 2025 budget, your $1.2 billion budget, did you put any money there to create job? So you people who supported him, are you really proud of him to be saying this kind of bold-faced lies? Because your 2024 budget, you didn't create job. Your 2025 budget, no job creation. Your 2026 budget, no job creation. But you stay there. You pray seeking when they thought you cause my cause. Are you really proud of this old man to be sitting and be lying like this? There was no money. There was no money allocated in this 3 years budget to improve the lives of Liberian people to create job that you promised them. What did you do when your finance minister didn't put money in the 3 budget year? What did you do to him? What did you say about it? And this is why you see the president is asking for time, because he know he have failed. 2 years now, no job creation. When the previous administration was carrying on development, you said no. Liberian people that roll they will eat. You Joseph Boakai, you are your surrogate. Your hooligans and gangsters. That was the thing you people were saying. That roll Liberian people will eat. That development Liberian people will eat. We get some low-headed Liberian who sat in America here. They criticize every development that was going on. That park Liberian people will eat. They will be hungry. They go to the park with their children. The people want job. But when you leave from here today, you go Liberia, some of you there now, you're to do various park. You're enjoying yourself. But you're sat there, you're criticizing all of these things. Where are the jobs you have created? $1.2 billion budget. No salary increment for civil servant. Nobody, but only for yourself. Where are we?
Well, thank you, my dear brother. So to that, Brother Aliu, you are quite correct. And I think to even add up to what you just said, Yes, the president also talk about, the issue of, another leader taking, the country for a certain time, and after a certain time, turning the country over to another leader. Thank God. Hey, God. We said some of the things on the radio that no one president will develop Liberia. No. Better the system. Look, if my deacon now fought high for the system to be better and leave from power, that would be one of the worst thing ever to any kind of or maybe Baptist person or maybe deacon or so forth. Because the system, it is the problem. Today, you see today, let me play you for one video. This one. You want to have an interview or embrace it?
Yesterday, but as Director General, I get to ask my question. Mr. President, it's less than 2 years. January will actually make it 2 years. Mr. President, the roads are passing. Rice prices has dropped. Fuel prices has dropped. LEC is current and stable. Water is in supply. May not be the best, but you can look at LBS today and see where we come from. Salaries are current. Our current is not in short supply. We can go on and on and on. The last question is, how did we get here? What is your secret? How did under 2 years, you managed to do all these things to stabilize this country? Even the rate has come from 200 to 172, 173. How did we get here? What?
Well, so that's it. We'll play the video for some of you. If you want the video, ask me. I will send a video to you. But here we are as people. Some of you today, you are insulting your brothers and sisters. Out there, you go into some of the villages, trenches, some of the towns, some of the cities, just to vote or in fact to campaign for these people. Today, you see, Eugene Falcon was not part of the interview. I think you've been following, right? Some of you follow. But guess what? The man interrupted. We wanted to talk about what LEC is stable. Even if you talk about LEC is stable, my brother, come in 1 minute. You talk about LEC is stable. Is LEC for free? Is LEC free of charge? Amen. No. So even with that, even recharging LEC, when you put your little money into it, they suck it like as a cannon. Take your money, they carry, and we're managing just because we want to be real people, just because we want to be loyal about the citizen. So we bear some of these things. Well, the man said LEC is stable. Granted, I'm not disputing anything. 100% I agree with him that LEC is stable, but is LEC free? The president talking about job creation. In fact, the president also talked about how he already into his second year. He said no. So if you follow Eugene Falcon, no. Oh God. He said, Mr. President, he's not educating the president though, Brother Aliu. He said, no, Mr. President, by January, who told you that by January will make the president 2 years? Because it's January 22nd. I agree. But the president took pay in January 2024. So no need to be asking or to be talking about January again anymore. No. So by the time December ends, the president already into 2 years. Nothing to talk about. And the president said that. But for Eugene Falcon to come out today, you who are not even part of the entire interview today, come out and disrupt. Oh, Mr. President, you made LEC stable, you made the other one stable, you made the other one stable, you made this and that stable. You see what we're heading my people? But Ali, what?
Yeah, maybe I listen to you, Fagon, and this is why most of the time I always ask you, because when people are saying stable electricity in Liberia, I always see it as misuse of voice, because when we are talking about stable, you are over there, you witness, where sometimes you will be lying down. It's not like you don't have money in your meter, and current will go. Your dollar will sleep in darkness till the next day, 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock in the evening or in the morning before current comes. Is that why you call stable electricity? or I have been there several times talking to family members and friends back home, and they went out of electricity. It was not like they never had money. And sometimes we take that whole night, the whole day till 7 o'clock in the evening before power will be restored. Is that why you call stable electricity? I have been here so many times, the House of Representatives, while they are in session and current going. Is that why you call stable electricity? That's misuse of words. You see, they have to stop that. And you even talking about, oh, red press that, this and that. Okay, that's cool. The price of rest down, gasoline and thing. But if you bring the price of rest down in the country and people cannot even afford to buy it, these are some of the things when we talk about job creation. You bring rest down today to $2,600 or $2,000 or $500. But now, bulk of the citizens cannot even afford to get it because why? There is no job in the country, which is the bread and butter issue that you campaign on. Like when he was asked today about the police brutality and other things across the country, he didn't even address that issue. When they asked him about the situation the incident that occurred in Kinjal, where people died there and the constant police brutality across the country, the only thing he had to say was, they went to Kinjal during the election year, the campaign time, and there is no electricity, there is no drinking water, and then the justice minister, the labor minister, they are working on this thing. 2 years of your administration now. And like you said, when they ask you about job creation, your administration has gone for 2 years, and you are talking about job creation. It will take a time, maybe 2 year time. So when are you going to create job for Liberian people? This is something you promised. The people said you had all of the contact, you had the experience. George Weah made NGO to leave the country. He made investors to leave the country. No investor could come. So you were the best person. Where are those investors? Where are the contacts? You have flown out of the country more than 20 times, bringing back nothing to the country. Deepening ties, that's all you go on. You see? So I don't really know where we are heading to under this old man. This country is doomed for failure. Like today you're talking, oh yes, one government cannot build the country. Like whatsoever you do, where you will stop when the next government comes, and where they will start from. You know that. Why when the previous administration were carrying on development until you criticize everything, that those things were not necessary. And then today when you pass rule, they say we should come and praise you, we should celebrate you because you passed rule. But yesterday you criticize all of this.
The president also said that no one president will end development.
Yes.
You know, thank God that.
And that's the fight.
Thank God that the president is also confessing, Mandikon. You know, those of you who are following this show this evening, our president, I'll guess that some of you follow today. No one president will end everything, but yesterday, and they will be coming on tomorrow. That will be next year. Next year, by God's grace, we'll start to ask most of you as to all of the campaign promises, as to why are we now as a country, as a society, that you think that by the time Mabel get into a position, that means Liberia will be 100% American. That you want to kill your brother and sister, or you already, some of you yesterday, in fact, you lost all your businesses. Some people, they do all kinds of things just because they feel that if President Boga comes to power, things will change. Thank God, my own declare, in fact, he's not telling you that no, my one, I will not develop
and this is about time. This is about time that the ministers, the directors, or the people who support the president, it is time that they put themselves together. Because if you listen to what the president said today, or that had to do with George Weah coming back to the country, and everything burdened on how they are going to serve the people. Because George Weah is loved, he get a connection out there, he's knowing out, and people love him, he get the popularity. So based on their performance, it will tell whether George Weah will come back or not. So people that can be there, oh, Weah will never come back, because they are going to say never. If you listen to your president today, you need to put your act together now. Because your poor performance, either George Weah will be re-elected, or maybe Mr. Cummings, maybe or Mr. Ability, or any other person, based on your performances that you guys will carry on the remaining 4 years. If your president can tell you that, that tells you that you guys have to double up now. Because the president, if you people did not perform, then We may likely be re-elected because while he's popular, he's loved by the people, and he get a connection out there. I didn't say, hey, your president Joseph Boakai told you today. So you stop attacking and insulting people. Like the president, when he talk about healthcare, giving people children quality education, this and that, maybe you in Liberia, I'm not there. What policy have this government put in place that you think Liberian people with children or the family, their children will get quality education and healthcare? What measure have you seen the government putting in place for some of these things? Let the Swedish government today, who are contributing immensely to our health sector, they are leaving today. That's another setback. And he will talk about all of these things, but there is no policy put in place for this thing. You just come, you speak beautiful English. Without nothing being implemented, no policy put in place, no strategy to implement your beautiful English. What the essence? The red press down. People are not working. How are they going to even buy the rest? And this is why I can tell people, you will say, during George Weah time, red press were up. I prefer standing in line to buy rest because I'm working and I can afford to buy it, rather than not be standing in line to buy rest, but I'm not working and I can't afford to buy it. I'd rather stay in the line because I'm working and I can afford. But you bring the price down, I'm not working, I can't afford. How am I going to buy it? So the price you bring down is useless.
Well, that's good. Thank you, my dear brother. So, folks, if you just joining us, we have probably about 3 more minutes to go into our news time. We want to say a wonderful good evening to all of you. Good morning, good afternoon to all of you who are following this SKTV show. Yeah, Mr. Collins will be here with us, or better still, more will be here. But again, people, we are discussing, even though the president said a lot of good things, there are a lot of things that also happen. The president talk about with the relationship between the U.S., even though Donald Trump also, oh God, it's not easy. Donald Trump also stopped the DV. So some of us now, maybe I want to go also, but no winner. I can't go anymore because Donald Trump has stopped the entire DV business. That means the DV process, because some kind of incident happened a few days. So the whole entire DV business has been stopped. But, the government too, they've been doing a lot of good things, especially building the international relationship and so forth. But again, we want to say thanks to all of you with the issue of the vice president. The president also talked about the vice president, maybe the men are businessmen and the men are politicians. I don't know who is the businessman and who is the politician, because I'm hearing that I'm not a businessman and politician. So who now? Is that my deacon saying that he's not politician?
Yeah, the president said he's not a businessman, he's not a politician, and the vice president is a businessman, and that's why you always giving him those responsibilities to carry out there.
So that means the same statement that was used. I can't you. So that means the same statement that was used yesterday. Maybe former President George Manuel we are used as a statement that he's not politician. Are we coming back to the same thing?
Yes, the Unity Party, a CDC, or photocopy, cut and paste. That's it. Amadou Kamara, if the president say he can't listen to radio, he don't listen to local news, they don't even say have one radio station in the country. That's the first thing. He used to listen to Spoon Network when he was in opposition. Why can't he listen to Spoon now? That Spoon he used to listen to that brought him to power. If you say other network, then they talk about they preach propaganda, they say the government is not doing anything. The Spoon that he used to listen to, he used to go there that brought him to power. Why can't he listen to Spoon? The state radio ELBC, why can't he listen to them? He class reloaded that goes there to tell Liberian people self-praises, telling Liberian people what the government is doing. Why can't he listen to them? You know how many media institutions in the country? You people want to support the president in everything, even when he lie, when he doing wrong. And this is the question. Is that a law in Liberia, or is it part of Liberia constitution that when you support a president, even when he lie or when he doing wrong, you don't say it, but you should try to spin it to back him up? I don't know if you people can really be proud of yourself to walk in the sun, something that you believe in, and then that thing have failed you. But still, you don't want to come out to say, oh, the person failed me. What's sense is in that? Because some of you go to Melbourne office, he gave you $50. You go, you buy hard back already, you want to take care of your family. You only think about yourself. You think about the other people out there. You don't empathize. Why the Bible says love for your neighbor while you love for yourself. But none of us can do it. We only after ourselves, and this is how politicians are using us. They only after themselves too, because they know we the citizens, we only after ourselves. When the person getting $50 or $25 from someone, they don't care. And this is not good. We are not going anywhere as a nation with this mindset that when we support a political party or politician when it comes to power, anything they do, we should support them. We should praise them. Joseph Bakai telling people that they don't want to see children in the street selling. What measures have you put in place? What are the policies you have put in place? People were working in Liberia making $50, $75 a month. About 5 to 6 persons will join together. Oh yeah, but you know why? They $50, we taking lepo susu. If that 25, 30, they will put it together. When they put that susu, they give it to one person. You take it, you carry it to your wife. She starts selling cold water, donut, soft drink, all this small tea there. While the other remaining money now you be managing transportation to go to work. And your wife will be selling those things there, be managing to pay children's school fee. All of it. This is how people were surviving. But this is the government that say, oh, when I come to power, there will be no purple, blue, and pink that be. But when he came to power, even people that were making those $50, he sat there, they took them from job. They said because they were sedition. Are sedition not Liberians? So only United Party people are considered to be Liberians. You took all of these people from job today. They are not working. Even the policeman, you pay him $150. You think that $150 can sustain him a family? His wife will send the children in the street there to go sell cold water after school so that they can be able to get their own resale money. So that they can be able to bring money to help their mom and pap to pay their tuition. And these are things you promised the Liberian people that you were coming to increase their salaries and things. 2 years now. You waiting for 2028 to increase salary. Then they will say, oh yeah, the president increased our salary. Let's vote for the Unity Party again. You lucky. You can even increase that salary to $500 2028. It's a waste. Because when someone drowning in the water, that's the time to go and rescue them. Not that they finish drowning now, they already on shore now. That's the time you're going to say, oh, can let me pull you out on shore? No. Why you couldn't go when they were in the middle of the water? $1.2 billion budget. There is no salary increment for civil servant. Look at LDEA. They asked you about drugs today. How will you get people doing volunteer? LDEA officer to be fighting drugs. What the logic in that? When Joseph Baker speaks, you will say this old man, he's a serious-minded old man. He's the best person for this country, but he's a disaster, disgrace, and embarrassment to the country. Liberia is all we have. This man is a complete embarrassment, disappointment to the country. There are people who are logically inclined, mentally guided. They look at this old man today, they are regretting. Like my former manager, he left this country, America, 4 months. He was campaigning from town to town, from village to village for this government. When they came to power, they called him to work. He looked at the whole thing, he said, no. What I'm seeing this old man do, I don't want to destroy my character. Tomorrow they will say, you are all working in that government, because the way in which the kind of people he surround himself with, if I go Liberia to work, there will be nothing I can change there. At the end of the day tomorrow, when I want to say anything, they will say, hey, you are part of the government. And that's why he refused to work in this government. Like my friend, we shared the platform together, Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Solomon, the same thing. When he went Liberia to work doing Manasedi administration, they see nonsense. He resigned, he came back. And this is what we call love for country. I leave my salary, will not leave my wife and children here. I say I'm going back to serve my country. And I get there, what I want to do, that I think I can try to change things in the country, and I'm not giving a check. I say, no, let me just be here for the salary. I can't do that. That's corruption, that deception. And this is what Joseph Boakai did for 12 years when he served as vice president. Receiving budget, allowances, salary, bonuses, all of these things for good solid unbreaking 12 years. At the end of the day, he told Liberian people we squander all of the opportunity we had to transform the country to make it a better place, to give people a decent living. But yet then still Liberian people say, oh yeah, this old man, I think he's the best person because he been in government for 42 years. We can bring him on board. He said he was a race car parking in the garage. Let's bring him out. What have he done different today? That he can just come up and lie. He don't even say a thing about his age and he carried up. This is the man people call it integrity icon. You know what they call integrity? You took people from jobs today. You come to power, you cannot even increase people's salaries. But you increasing your budget, you sending money to NSA so that you'll be able to take it from there at the end of the day when next government can, they say you can't audit NSA. Liberia, they had to do some amendment in our constitution. There are so many uselessness in our constitution. When you are not impeached as a president, you can serve for 6 years. When you go, everything is free. That's a nonsense. There are other countries today around the world, their former president, they have been prosecuted. They are undergoing investigation, the way they manage the state resources. We need to get that nonsense out of our constitution so that president will be able to serve our country well. These are things like carrying the country backward. Where is the rescue that you promised the Liberian people? Where are the jobs? Yesterday, when the previous administration were building roads, you criticized them. Have you changed this road today up to any other standard, or that the same thing you continue with? And people say we should praise you. We should sing praises to you. You talk about education. 2 years now, you are not yet constructed a single school of your own. No groundbreaking you have done. You're talking about giving people quality health care. One hospital you are not yet done groundbreaking for 2 years. But you want to put money in the budget. What kind of life you want to live at your age? This is a disappointment to the Liberian people. And when he talking, you see he will say, this is a serious man talking. And he just an unserious old man. Very, very much unserious. Very, very unserious. But when he speak, you say, oh yes, they made he's the best person. And this is how he was speaking 2023. And people gravitated to him. They say, oh yes, let's bring this old man. And today he's feeding the country massively. And when you see people say, oh, it's because of opposition. Oh, it will pin you. It will pin me. When they say this thing because Liberia is all we have, we are not there. We get our family there. We get friends. And we know what they are going through. And when we were there, we know what we went through. And the country cannot be at the same level all of the time. Yesterday, when you go to hospital, you have to register. They have to give you slip. You go across the street to go buy medicine for them to come and treat your child, your brother, your mother, your father, whosoever. The same thing happening today. 2 years now. What are your health plans? What are your policies for health plan in the health sector? These are the most important things in the country. When we talk about security, we talk about education, we talk about healthcare, we talk about jobs. These are important things in the country. But today, you told us, like what you said today, you have been in the country for a very long period of time. You've been working in government, all the places you work, and you know what the country is faced with. You know what the country is faced with. What are you doing to solve this problem? 2 years now, what have you done? Healthcare, 0. Education, 0. Agriculture, 0. Security, 0. And now you are asking for time. And this is what I say. If you stay have 4 years and you're asking for time, you're only trying to tell the Liberian people that you know to yourself your government have failed in the first 6 years. And they're saying that when the Christmas will be good, you will know from the eve. It's not just something that we can overlook. If this government were rather going to do well, we were going to do from the very beginning when they took over. but they came to power. There were no plan. Their focus was, let's just move George Weah, that's all. And they never had no strategic plan. What are we going to do in the health sector? What are we going to do in the educational sector? When it comes to agriculture, all of these things, when it comes to creating jobs, what are we going to do? They are visionless. They came with no vision. And how are they going to sit now at this time for them to put plans together? And this is why the president is asking for time. See the police brutality across the country today. Yesterday you campaigned on drugs, but today see the amount of people that die in the country. See the amount of drugs that are in the country. But you still get people as volunteer on LDEA. People are there as volunteer today. But you increasing the budget, and those people remain on as volunteer. They are not going to go on payroll. You think you're serious to fight drugs? And this is why other people say they're buying the drugs from the same LDEA people now. Because as a volunteer, you go, you arrest somebody with drugs, you look, so you see nobody, you shove some in your shoes or in your pocket. You go out there, you sell it, you get your family to take care of. Today, you increasing people's salary. When George Weah came, he said, no, you can't make 15,000 in my government. No, I can't allow that. If you are making it doing my Nasedi time, I'm going to cut it down. Say, oh, you harmonize our salary. And this is why this government, they say they clear the payroll, they take out ghost mean, but the wage bill has claimed more than ever before. Because while they only undo salary harmonization for themselves, today under Joseph Boakai administration, people are making 15,000. Somebody making 30,000. You give somebody 3,000 for their generator. When you thought they say we made it there, what is the change? You made it there. What are you supposed to do? To take it from there. Because you came to rescue the country. If George Weah people were taking $3,000 US a month just for gas, you who came to rescue the country, what you should have done? Say, no, this is how you were destroying the country. This cannot be there. You're taking from there. But you continue on the same thing. What is the change? When Mr. Kumi said nothing had changed, then those soulless human beings are telling you, say he took weed, he smoked something. You people are the one that are smoking because you don't even know what you're doing. Like I heard something today, one of the caller called and he was telling the president, thank you for them. I think they were like, some of them, they been volunteer or doctor or nurses, whatsoever, they have been placed on the payroll. He told the president, thank you for that. And Marcia, I would say thanks to the government for that, because you can get people, health practitioners, to be volunteer. And one of the caller called today, and this is my first time hearing it. And these are things that the information ministry should be telling the people in the country. Oh yeah, we have people that were volunteer, they had or doctor or nurses, they are now on payroll, but they can only come to cause. Your mission, you are there to tell people what the government is doing, what they intend to do. When you come and tell, oh yeah, the agriculture ministry, this is what the government had done, and this is what we have in the poor land. Oh, the labor ministry, this is what the government. Come and tell people the day-to-day activity, the progress of the government. But you can only come to cause my empire cost. So when I heard that today, I said, oh yeah, but then this is a good thing. We know some of our brothers and sisters that have been volunteer for so many times. George Weah came, he did the same thing. There were volunteer nurses and team doctors. He put them on payroll and even increased their salaries. People were making 700. Dr. George Weah increased it to 2,000 today. One of my friends, it was under George Weah administration. All the time he worked, he was able to build horses because of salary increment at that time for doctors. But today, the man who came to rescue, he cannot increase salary, but to increase his budget and his government official salary, the allowances and benefit. What is the change? When you
well, thank you. Look, but you take that woman Deacon. But thank you so much, my dear brother, for holding on. At least, very proud of you. At least, that's the best way to go, because sometimes we gotta go for a break, and sometimes behind the scene we can maybe have some difficulty, with our network of system. So thank you so much, my dear brother, for holding on. And all of the comments myself, I've been following through, and that was just magnificent. But again, quickly in passing, you know, the people that protested on the 18th, is that 17th, right?
Yeah,
Yes, the
recently.
17th of July. Some of them were in prison, and finally now they have been released. I think my former boss, Abraham Gosson William, also standing in the midst of some of them. I don't know whether he's the lawyer, but I think he's the lawyer because I'm seeing him standing. So that means he's the one that representing some of them because according to the police also, they have some of them been charged for so many reasons and so forth here and there. But I think people have the right to freely associate and that of disassociate. You know, charging people, jailing people, and all of these things for me, I see this thing as intimidation. That's why today we are to where we are. Because even the police, they have issues. The police, they are, you know, their salaries is not up to tax. But again, they will bear it because you know they don't want to be seen out there as people who want to disturb, people who want to maybe quote unquote, call for protest here and there. So again, that's the thing. So my brother will back after the news break. But let me be frank, we're proud of you, Brother Aliu. Thank you. And everything you've been saying, I was just laughing behind the scene, but I said that why Brother Ali want to bring Mandiko to public ridicule? Let me reframe, Brother Ali, something I want us to chip on quickly. Then we'll continue with the show up to 7:30 here in Liberia. Is most of the presidents, like for example, the former President George Manawia, whenever you gave him a microphone, you'll be saying some things. Sometimes if you carefully listen, you'll grab something. But just because of politics, sometimes people don't care to listen, people don't care to follow, and at the end of the day, sometimes some of the person will say something good or genuine, or something is eating them to be telling the public that maybe indirectly that I'm dying. Now, for example, though, I'm not saying any person is, maybe they say no, but I'm saying in the other form, physically they may not be dying, but something is happening behind them, or something is happening in the cycle that they don't like. So because of that, when they come on the media or when they come to the public, they will say some things. If today interview going to be like state marriage, where you give the president written communication or maybe something, the president will not say something that he said today. No. But because of what the president said today, that's what makes Eugene Facon to say no, something is going on. This president not saying the right thing I want him to say. So in fact, let me also be part of the interview. Now, what you did today? Exactly what you did today. He said, "No, Mr. President, we want to make sure that we keep the people in poverty. Why you want to open the minds of the people? Don't do that, Mr. President." So he had to come on to say, Elijah is stable, water is stable, and I don't know what is stable again. You talk about something else.
The rest press, the gas press, they have been reduced.
Which gas price is stable? Thank God for reminding me, my dear brother. Good, Brother Ali.
Yeah, you had to tell all that you there.
So, if gas price, oh God, what else is that living? Gasoline is still around 700 to 800. So which one is stable or is reduced? Which one are you saying? Because the issue of transportation is the same. Transportation, but we still paying the same fare. Even if Minister of Transport come out or maybe today or tomorrow and say, maybe the transportation fare is this and that. No, these commercial drivers, motorcyclists or tricycle, they don't care. We pay the what you may call, we pay everything. We pay. So transportation, for as far as I'm concerned.
And they say the US rate is stable now, it's down.
No, the US rate is not stable. When you say it's stable, that means the US rate drop from certain level to certain level and it's still going down. But right now, as we speak, the US rate is going to 178, 179, some places. So I don't want to say it's stable. No, there was stable that you don't easily use.
That's why I say the word stable they continue using is misuse of word.
Good. Because if you say it's stable, and you said that Mr. President, the US rate was around 200 when you took over, but it's around 172. No, you lied. You lied. Stop that. Well, it's good for our people because that's what they want. They let people that will lie to them. So, because maybe of our critical state or national issues, that's why the person don't want to push. And if you listen, even to the person interview, he mentioned that, in fact, we talk about age, we talk about the time frame. People will owe, we talk about something like that. So, because all of these things, that's why maybe a data, or maybe these people tell the president, don't listen to any radio station because if you listen, Mr. President, you will feel bad. So because of that, Brother Aliu, maybe that's why Matikon choose not to listen to any radio station. But I'm not feeling, okay, so if you don't even want to even listen, so what happened to even ERBC? So you telling us that ERBC too can also insult?
That's the state-owned radio. If you're not listening to any other radio station in the country, then nobody will go to ELBC to go and insult them. You should be listening to ELBC because that's the state of broadcasting. They will be able to tell Liberian people that's why they are there for, what the government is doing, the progress of the government, almost like the information ministry. So if you say you can't listen to no radio station, that's an insult, number one. Number two, and just to tell Liberian people that you care less about what they are going through. Because when you're listening to radio, then you will know what your citizens are going through.
Wonderful, Brother Aliu. Thank you. That's the point right there. Because as a leader, the first thing is for you to listen. Listen to your people. Hear their cry. Even whether they're for you or not, hear what they are saying. And you take into consideration most of these things. But if, quote unquote, those one who claim they are benefiting, let me tell you, Mr. President, the hard job we have failed and the how you came in today. Let me tell you today. And the how you do. Honorable Deacon, my own Deacon, if you don't be careful, the how they replace you. I'm saying this because the people in your cycle, they are the one making things to look like they are working and no need for you to come out. And thank God he said that you will no longer dedicate what hand pump. The president talking about what? Hand pump, right?
Yes. Yeah, the president talk about hand pump again today.
Okay. So is he it? So it's pretty important that morally you gotta double up because the president said you will not dedicate hand pump anymore. So he will what? He will be talking about, or in fact, he'll be dedicating tower or those water tower or so forth you may call that will make impact in the life of the people. But any other thing quickly?
Yeah, Melbourne, like we are saying here, this president, what he said today, that's a blatant lie. He lied to the Liberian people about this FOIA project. And again, he's making the Liberian people to know that he's not in charge of the country. because as a president, you can't be in charge of the country that something is going on in your country. And for the past 8 to 9 months, your citizens have been raising issue about this FOIA project. And just to come today and tell all that, they didn't tell you anything about that project. Because if they were to tell you, you were going to put stop to it. Because they carry in your home and in your town, the people will say it is for you. These are all lies. He lied to the Liberian people. He's fully aware of that project. And even when he retire tomorrow, he go look for, he say he get a place there. That's a blatant lie. Even he get a place, but he will be in some of this building tomorrow. And the contradiction is just too much about this one project. It's MRU project. The president is telling all MRU is the one coming to fund that project, wherein the project is nearing completion. So you see that other contradiction. And just quite recently, they told us that it's a $6.1 million project. Okay, and it is the government carrying it on. But there was no public procurement law that was even said, there was no PPCC follow on this. I don't know how the people running the government that they can just disregard all of the code of conduct when it comes to carry on project and any other thing in the country. So that alone, the contradiction is just too much about this project. And wherein now we know that everything surrounding that project are all lies coming from the president himself today. He lied to the Liberian people. And Liberian people should know, according to Joseph Boakai, he don't listen to radio, meaning he had no interest in you people. Why you people are going through, why you people are facing, he care less about it. That's why he don't even listen to no radio. He prefer listening to EFBC to know what happening in America, other country around the world, wherein they can pay for conferences. They go there, the president attend the other conference, they misuse your taxes, and then he come back to the country. These are things that he's trying to tell you today that he had no interest in you. So
is BBC the president said that he further listen to other international radio, he don't listen to local radio.
So these are some of the things you should know now that you get a president that care less about what you are going through. You see, these are some of the things that we continue
to question to that quickly. Do you think that this president have any ambition for maybe come 2029? Because from all indication I think this president is saying that I'll get few time here when I finish doing what I want to do, I will go home and rest. But
Maybon,
in fact, you also said that in fact, you're not politician. The past president, God.
If you get the combat ministry and the combat minister, you will be sending the vice president to go and know the prices of things, why they call for team prices to be going up. Then what the combat minister is there to do, what the essence of combat ministry being in the country under your administration. So you taking the combat ministry function and giving it to a vice president. That's being very, very irresponsible of this government. These are some of the things when I talk about the ineptitude of this government. I don't really know where they are coming from. You see?
But do you think that
the president and the question you ask, like I told you, normally I don't like to listen to Joseph Boakai because all his speeches that are contradiction, lies, and deception, making mockery of the Liberian people. But today, I was able to listen to him when I dropped my case up. I came out loud and listened to all that his rhetoric, and looking at his physical appearance today, his body language and thing, looking at his facial expression and thing. For what I observe based on my profession, you can see that Joseph Boakai is really tired. And for me, I can say this, I'm not very, very sure. I'm not even say 100% sure that he will even talk about contesting 2029. Yes, looking at him today, he's look tiring. Yes. And this is why now the people who surround him, they need to do the best that they can do to help him up, at least to do something better. But he's tired, man. Look at him today, how he was sitting, how he was talking. He's really, really tired. That man, what he's going through, he should be taking care of.
In fact, the person had to go for a break.
Yes.
Interview.
And one thing, Mabel, let me tell you something. This issue about, like, I don't know how many years now since President Boakai did his open heart surgery, where he said he's using pacemaker. And the pacemaker, the battery that the pacemaker uses, it lasts for 10 to 15 years. It depends how you use it. And people who using that thing, you don't see them doing frequent travel all of the time because of the radiation going in the plane. We know how many feet meters the plane can go up there. All of these things, it is not good for people who using living on pacemaker, and all of these things can bring you down. But the president, he's looked very, very tiring, and I'm not sure that he's going to contest for 2029. Looking at him today, but again, we know how power is. When people taste power, they don't want to leave it. And when we pray by the grace of God, inshallah, for God to extend his life from now to 2029, and then we'll see. But for me, what I saw today,
No, but but Ali, even as that, even when God gave me 100, 200 years to live, I will tell you for free that Mandiko may not even contest.
I want
So,
to ask you a question, Mabon.
mhm.
Listening to the president today, this government has gone 2 years, few more days for us to enter 3 years. And he campaigned on creating jobs for the Liberian people, giving them quality education, giving them quality health care, or creating jobs, increasing people's salary to give them better wages and better living. And I can say almost 3 years of his administration, and all of these things are zero. Do you really think these remaining 4 years he can do something better? Or even if you are to give him 12 years, do you think he can do something better? Let's talk about the 4 years, said the remaining 4 years. Looking at what he was saying today on all of these things that he promised, and he's sitting today, he's talking about that he's been in government for a very long period of time, and he know what the country is faced with. And he came to power today, he cannot solve those issues. So do you really think the remaining 4 years he can do something better?
Well, thank you, Brother Aliu. I will not want to predict just like that, but I will say this to you that even I listened to Mandikum also talking about the issue of iron ore, calling ore, the job creation take 2 years here and there. All the things that you explained today, that will tell you that no need for. In fact, even if I was hoping on the president of job creation for me, maybe I would the deacon or someone or I may call or best friend. I will tell you that today I lost hope. Because if you are waiting for the iron ore people or what you may call to come and be able to manufacture things here, to do this one here, so that you'll be able to create job and don't waste of time. So
that's and last day, when the president sorry Mabel, when he was talking about the diaspora Liberian, even though we sending money to our family is not a bad thing, but it will be good for us to come to help in the country by at least creating job, coming to help with other things. You want to tell me you get a country as a president with all the natural resources we have, you get full control over the natural resources of the country and everything. You cannot even create job for your people. You carry budget to 1.2 billion. Then there is no job creation in that budget. There is no salary increment in that budget. But who working our butt here day and night? Well, some people work 12 hours, some people work 15 hours. You want us to come back to come and do what? If you who in charge of the state resources, you cannot transform the people's life, then you want the diaspora Liberian to come and do what? What's the logic in that? Do you think we are
so that's a cycle? But Aliu, you're saying some salient things here, points here and there. That's the cycle of our society. Let me be frank, even though we started the show that way, but that's the cycle of our society. And the president, even the youngest president of our time in this era, former President George Weah was driver. He was used. He was what? I don't want to use most of the adjective, but they made mockery out of George Weah. People kept George Weah here and there, talking George Weah like, oh my man, forget about it here and there. Then you old person, or maybe old person like you, they'll be mocking out of you. So all of these people today, guess what? Last night or yesterday evening at the Senate, what happened there? Anyone holding and pulling? We got to increase the 7 pay. Sir Joseph also listening. Now all mockery.
Yes, you increasing.
They're all mockery.
You can
Why you want to increase
making mockery out of the people
to the time?
You
Is that
see?
not an insult? You sit back for ever so long, more than 8 months, 7
Yes,
months, 6 months. Instead you working on something, no, believe it. But allow me to tell me, Mabel, I'm gonna come here. Or in fact, you want us to believe that you are doing better. That was the last night you were acting like just because they want to recalibrate their political party. The Liberty Party, as we speak, they have some event. They are recalibrating that. Oh God.
yes, this thing, when I heard that thing today in the president's speech, is really got me annoyed. You who get the power to transform the lives of the Liberian people, you get the power, you get control over the state resources to create private sector job, to give people better living in the country. You care less about that. Then you call it on people from the diaspora to come down to help. Why help?
So when the president, when the president political advisor is enjoying life, me neighbor, that means we're gonna believe that yes, someone will change my life. Don't take your own life.
The president in the country, the papa, he creating job, at least he try, he creating job for the people in the country. Oh yeah, he making maximum use of the state resources. Yeah, he creating job, people are getting a little people's salary, or I think the president is doing well. Then people in the diaspora will say, oh, we need to go down and see what to do. First of all, the country is not even safe. That's the first thing. I can say it. In a country where the rule of law is totally breaking, that country is not a safe place.
Even though we talk about 70% of you people activities when it comes to protest, but we'll go to all these accusations, allegations, and so forth. But let's go to the line to interact with our people. Today's caller, good evening.
Good evening, Mabel, and good evening to Ali. Mabel, that deception will kill us in the country. So the presidency now, he won't listen to insult. When you go to know that people can insult on the radio, when in the person doing the campaign, you're standing in front of him, insulting others. And he was even laughing. So he had not been aware that Dr. King was insulting people on the Facebook page. He never knew. Even on going, I know homecoming, Dr. King were in photo shaking and they all there laughing. The deception will get in the country and I won't give up. And coming to things in the country, just as you said it, they said we're going to 1 point, I know how many billion. The prices are still it's higher now. Now in my area, core is $800.
Okay, good. That's another thing. That's another thing. Coal. The issue of coal. Mayor in Liberia is expensive. But anyway, we'll talk about one of these. Yes, indeed, we'll find time for mayor in Liberia.
They're talking, the people you buying gas and you buying red for 2004. What play at 2004? 2050.
Una dia una can buy rest, man. We can buy rest. No, the country just easy usually for go today. It won't go proof. I don't know what he won't go proof. Hello, today's caller. Good evening.
Yeah, good evening, Mabel, and to the panelists on the show. You will see the president looking all okay. The president is saying to the extent that when he asking questions, you don't want to give the answer. I've been out there, the man is upset. Because I have scared behavior. You ask a sensitive question, you don't answer, it's tweeting to another thing. But we're not getting better anytime soon because why? The president is a complete liar. He's a failure. So in local country, you can tell me to yourself about the things that are going on there. You don't know about it. Then one back on can't talk about get that rest. This money you put in now on the middle of the budget, including salary and logistics, and you can't talk about. But the president should address the country better. That thing is there today. He was lucky. And we start looking at him, they just fit in the country for selling to people. No. This country is for Liberia and is for Liberia. It's not for no special kind of people. So for one should just wait and stay. Nobody asking to explain for Joseph Human Father. The president, you know, to speak for himself. So thank you, Raymond.
Thank you, my dear brother. I don't know where you come from. You just jump into the people interview. Today's caller, good evening, David King.
Yeah, my brother, how you doing?
My brother, we are managing by God's grace. I even though getting there by the
yeah. That manage. You know, if I look at exposing the other day, there's a exposing say, yeah, but they're all of our argument. You know, we have said Joseph Boaga is puppeteering. And people will say, why would you call the woman puppet? But if you are the president and somebody doing something in your backyard as a president, you won't tell me you don't know about it? You don't know? But besides, in your hometown, Foya, last year, December, you were in Foya, you spent your Christmas there.
Oh, yes.
And you're New Year. So why would you tell us in this time and age that the house the people building over there, Monroe project, so recently, the executive manager told us it was a executive manager project, it was a mansion project. Okay? Now you're coming back again to pull the dance thing around here. What Joseph Boaga trying to tell us? He taking Liberia to be stupid? Is that what he's trying to tell us? I mean, for you, if I go to a born today, when you were not part of the heat of your, jumping the people's queue, and started talking all kind of tago thing, introducing yourself. So it means that Joseph Boaga does not even know Eugene Fago. You know what I mean? Because if Fago will say, Eugene Fago and the Director General of LBS, is that Joseph Boaga don't know Eugene Fago. Eugene would not tell us LEC was LEC stable and Sktv-Lib price stable. Eugene, and that's why he's all be telling us. I can remember during the COVID-19, we bought rice here for 2,400 a big bag. One of the president we had at the time. The pump price of gasoline at the time total, it was $630. At the future, those guys went, they got involved with politics and made gasoline shortage was on the street for gasoline in the country.
All right. All right. Thank you, David. Can I go to Pascal Davis? Pascal, good evening.
Thank you very much.
Interesting.
Our country is so tough. Look, people, if you have never protested and there's a protest pending, you can do wrong. $6.1 million project. And the president of the country, the head of the government, the chief executive of the state, is telling the whole world, say, 18 million is used on the country budget of money. And President Boaga is not even know. Are you? They where the country is? 6 million US is used. President Boaga saying you about it. My people, he comes back to say, I'm not a politician that drove here yesterday. He said that.
Mr. Jeremiah Malcolm is a businessman and politician.
Yeah. No, you see, people don't laugh. He said it. John Glenn said that when he was delegating. And the whole unity party laughed at Georgia. Boy, are you people saying politician? Welcome to back. They are not a politician. Oh, that Jeremiah was a businessman, can trust it. But after you say, well, if I person, you don't get power. What kind of comment about Barbarian go? And I hear you say, I can listen to radio that put a BBC and hear that shit. You kidding me? But put on tell before, put on say, the mega listen to radio. But memo, for all the things you said today, it was really on our power radio station. If you, the president, can listen to radio, and you go to LBS, and those information you give are supposed to be given to your people, and it is really, I say your people get it. It was not really on BBC. It was not really on ELA. It was really on other different platforms. I mean, this is so bad. When I'm telling people, saying, oh man, I have no idea. People think we arrogant, I can't listen because they can't do stuff. Oh,
All right. Thank you, Pascal. Let's move to the next caller. To this caller, good evening. Yes, my brother, go ahead quickly.
Yeah, thank you very much for your show this evening. I'm always saying on your show, the people in this country who claim to be educated, they are just here to be TV off.
How?
The mean of some of you call, the mean that you call this evening, the evening getting me after using Fargo. This man is a fake guy like Red.
100%.
How many like when I let him know that man? This man left this country and went to the land of opportunity in America. That is the land of opportunity. Why you know that man was able to create? Did that man create any opportunity by who by for the benefit? How many like when I ever benefited from that man opportunity that he ever created when he was in America? The only thing that man in America is speaking of professional woman dancer. You see it?
Oh, man. I like that though.
Then you come to say like you are stable in this country. You're not looking at the shopping market in this country. You're not playing the puppet name is directly.
All right. Thank you. Charles Cooper. Charlie, good evening.
Good evening, neighbor.
Yeah, my brother, go ahead.
You see, neighbor, the government told us that the secret park project, they turn as a secret park project because it has security implication. But neighbor, here is what is so scary. Neighbor, the president receives all security information in the country. He got security briefing every day. Because he is in charge of the security of the state. Our security is being placed in the hands of the president. He is the CRC, Commander-in-Chief. So there is no classified security information that the president doesn't receive on a daily basis. So for the president to come out today to tell that a security project, he's not aware of it, then it scares me even the more, maybe. Some of our people can't be calling radio too much. Because it tells us that our security is at stake. Because maybe you are hearing no justification our government give us, well, this project is a security project. It has security implication. So we can talk about it. Now, who's going to get security information in the country besides the president? Who's the first citizen that's going to get security information? But the man who's going to receive all the security information and telling you that he's not aware of that project on the initial stage, he was not aware of it. Maybe, when you go down in the country, maybe, and people thinking that a normal politics, they have we have called on the legislators to launch a full-scale audit and to exercise their oversight responsibility. We are even calling on the anti-graft institution to launch a full-scale audit in our project. Maybe I can't understand what is happening in Liberia. And then the president said that he doesn't listen normally to our local radio station. But the president
almost Charles Cooper could tell us almost I think 8 or 9 months now. Even the LACC, the Liberia Anti-Corruption Commission, all the people are looking for corrupt cases here and there. The asset recovery team, you know, my brother.
Why is everybody get launch or investigation into that project? Everybody just crying. Is it maybe the president is saying that he doesn't listen to our local radio station, listen to BBC and here and here. But you see, there's a same local radio station that the president said on the road campaign.
Oh yes.
But now you have been given power, you have taken back on the Liberian people because these are the local radio stations that the Liberian people call to express their feeling.
So do you also see that, Charles? Do you also see that as an insult also to the media and also?
It's a don't care attitude. That's the same laissez-faire attitude that president we are exhibited when we told him people that were enemy of the state. That's why we have told you that United Party and CDC they are the same 6 and 7, and nothing has changed. That's why we need a fair and better option in this country. We might unmarry these two parties, maybe. And that's why we're having a complete cycle.
Thank you, my dear brother Charles Cooper. You're right 100%. To this caller, good evening.
Good evening. How are you tonight?
My brother, I'm okay. Thank God for life. Go ahead.
Okay. My name is Mahmoud Sefu. I'm calling you from Bravo. I just want to speak on the issue of the president listening to the radio, the issue of the building in Lofa, and also the issue of whether he's going to run in 2029. Let me just start with the first one, the issue of not listening to radio. I don't think the president, in that he doesn't listen to radio, probably he listens to the radio. For between you and myself, Libon, you say you know that there are a lot of commentators around here. the only words that come from their mouth on the airway.
So Akamina, before you even go to that, the same president, 2020, 2020, in fact, 2018, Akamina 2018, 2019, 2020, 2021 to 2023, the same president was following all the radio stations. In fact, even on their platform, like even calling on today, the same president was here yesterday. So you want to tell me that you also in support of the president also claims and counterclaims of people, maybe their words or maybe the way they talk on the media? You also support that?
I don't support the issue of ignoring or not listening to the radio station. I'm one of the person that listen to all of the radio stations, not because I love them. It's not because they speak or good English or because they are what they call it. There are sometimes the only thing I switch them down because my kids can be in the car. So I can just be able to tune it down because the words are coming from their mouth. But I'm just trying to say that the president has to put on that one, the media and the commentators have their own on that one. Between you and myself, you yourself can say it. Most of the time, all of you, that indeed some of the wordings and other things that are being used also about the platform, they are all for listening ears. Yeah. So that is one aspect of it. Okay. On the issue of the building in Lofa, the president had come to say, one of the things he said was that I never knew at the beginning, and because if I've known, and you continue to hear has spiritual implication. The time he got to know, and that's the time maybe he found all of the details about it, and then at the end of the day, but probably maybe for the initial stage, he would have said, maybe another country, or you can get our support to another thing to do. That is it. So, well, one of the key things that were always on all of the area was that this is a presidential, that is his retirement era, exactly. And that has become very clear.
All right, thank you, my brother. We don't want to give you all of the time. Let's move to brother Louis Pony. Louis, thank you, my dear brother. Even though you don't want to come on the platform, you always are busy for us.
Pleasant giving a compliment of the season. Happy festive season.
Man, let me put your last word, man. I don't know where you jump on there. Why don't we go ahead, brother?
No, I'd like to start with you. I'd like to begin with you. The president had 2-hour plus conversation today. You got any positive things from him? Because there's something left for people that I like the positive.
Yes, indeed, 100%.
The entire interview, there were no positive.
No, there were positive things.
Why the positive have not been highlighted? I wanted the negative.
No, the reason is that maybe we just choose to talk about some of these things that the president talk about, especially that that make a lot of impact in the life of our people. So we just try maybe to pass through with some of the things. But I come in, Louis. The president also talk about development, the issue of rule here and there, rule. Even if you go back to that was also done by his predecessor. So, and that was not the issue, or maybe that was not the reason why the Brent also.
The president commented on the MCC compound and said the prospect side will receive a bigger money, and the money will for energy and rural, because I've been thinking about it, but he make it clear. He said the money is already
not yet count. So we now want to be holding and putting yet right now as we speak. The DV issue. Yes, yes, indeed, 100%. As I said, yes.
No, the president chose not to listen to a radio station. According to him, I don't know, only ERBC, and then he listened to BBC.
No, not ERBC. ERBC is out. ERWA.
ERWA and the BBC. And then he said because of the vocal language and the utterance from the public and social media practitioner, which I think he's right to some extent, but you can be blanket because we have there's some radio station you call, but I think you want to use effective to call you off.
Exactly.
Truth have been doing very well. True FM, they won't hold out there reprimanding people. So I agree with him. There's some station that I in particular, like they retune to them. He discouraged from listening to the local media because of our utterance, which I think has a point. But the point I like to you, right, it's not every one of them. There are some. Some are very upright and doing very well. And then lastly, I'd like to speak to this. I also want to commend the president. No radio station have been closed down too.
Oh yes, look, bro, Louis. Actually, there are other things, and some of the things been happening even from the predecessor. In fact, even there are a lot of things that the president talk about that, in fact, with the issue of development, that no one president will maybe develop the country 100%. So myself, I love that.
Yeah. He even talk about the Koreans in town. The Koreans are present here, and then he talking about the expansion. There were other things, but like you said, over the period, because we get finishes today. I mean, there were a lot. So today we start with it. We'll continue tomorrow. We'll continue next week, and then the president's speech will be on that. Or the interview will probably be on the radar. We will go among us. We will look at all the section in the era. Then we're going to give our analysis on it. I want to thank you, Kula.
All right, thank you,
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, brother Louis. Because the reason is that the president also go quarter with us. We in the media. Let me tell some of you today. Even though we are not, in fact, are not ready to make that a topic, that the president also go quarter with the media. You want me, Mabel, to come here on this platform and tell you that yes, the president will write you because the president said you can't listen to it. No way. As a president, the first example for all other people that will follow you is what you say out there. So that, for example, if you say I follow the media, I listen to the cry of our people. The same people say, but then our person listen to us. But they'll come here and say that I don't listen to media. They want me, Mabel, the brother or the son or the relative to the deacon. You want me to come here and say, yeah, the deacon are right? No way. Some of you can say what you want to say. It's up to you. But Ali, what say you? We got to go. We have about 4 more minutes to go. What say you?
Can you hear me, Mabel?
Yes, I'm getting you now. Go ahead.
Okay. Yeah. Thanks to the callers for participating on the show. Yes. The president, he did talk about, like you said, one government cannot build this country, and that is why he couldn't grade himself, which of course I appreciate him for that. But you know that one government cannot build this country, and it is a gradual process. Where you stop, the next administration will start from there. But yesterday, when another government was building the country, you criticized it. You said no, it was not good. So you were trying to tell people that the country don't need development. All Liberians needed were jobs. And this MCC compares something most of the time. Sometimes I'm like, Liberia at our age now, we should be a country that America will tell us, you need to do this, you need to do this, you need to do this. When you do this thing, I will give you money so you can be able to put it in your health sector. I will give you money so you can be able to put it in your agriculture. We're too old for that. Now Liberia said, but all other African countries, like the last time the video you play here, the former Ghana president, why should we be happy our resources we're giving them out to people and we want to be depending on their taxpayer dollar to develop our country? That makes no sense. That we'll be sitting here waiting for MCC compound money before we straighten our health sector, agricultural sector. That's complete foolishness. I think we need to graduate from that thing. That alone, I think it to be like an insult for another country to be telling you, before I gave you this, you have to do this so I can give you money for you to be able to run your government. That's not something I don't know. Or maybe we hear from Mr. Dolly one of these days doing their days or talk about their day or do their time. Well, America used to say before we get your MCC compound money, you need to do this, or they were even say giving it. We have to be a responsible government or responsible country that we can be on our own and forget about the dependency syndrome. Somebody shouldn't come and tell you need to pay for me to give you money before. So if there was no MCC compact, how are they going to fund the health sector, the educational sector? You waiting for MCC money before you can do this thing. So if you get MCC money,
thank you, Brother Aliu. Yeah, thank you, Brother Ali. We gotta go. No time. We have almost a minute up to 8 o'clock for our news time. But thank you. You're quite correct on your last statement. Quickly, maybe in second. We gotta go.
That's it, there, my brother. Be safe out there. Go home safe. We see tomorrow again. God bless America. God bless Liberia. Thank you, and thanks to all the callers and our followers. Thank you.
Wonderful. Thank you so much to all of our people. Let me be frank and let me say congratulations to our deacon for also going to the media to talk. That's the best thing to do. But for our deacon, the man who been into governance for the past almost 40 some more years, to come out and say that in fact he have issue with the media, well, that's how he think, that's how he think, that's how he want things to be. But again, thanks to all of you people, those of you who also calling, and we'll see you on tomorrow. By the grace of the Almighty God, Johnson Mayborn Koda. Thank you, and keep following the SKTV show, and share the show will be with you again on tomorrow. By the grace of the Almighty God. Good night from our end.
There are things we can do. We bring in good news and we give it to you. We searching for podcasts and connecting people and culture from here and up out of the globe. Following our people who waiting to sell. Blessing our time and our efforts are rest. The brothers giving us here and the promise from them. The welcome and life without fear.
A lyrical
Master.
Cleverly, so I can't ask you to be venue. Say my journey, Tina can ask my jamo. And you no money, and more and you love
Sktv, the best in Liberia. Sktv, the best in Africa. Sktv, the best in Mama Liberia. Must survive the lofa and grandbaza.
And I didn't ya to money, and I said ya to money, and I can't play ya to money, and I could do ya to money, and I didn't ya to money, and I said ya to money, and I can't play ya to money, and I could do ya to money, and I don't get it now ya to money. That's the biggie, and I don't get it now. Cause you walk on my ya to money. Yeah.
Sktv, the best in Liberia. Sktv, the best in Africa. Sktv, the best in Mama Liberia. Must survive the lopa and grandbaza.
There are things we can do. We bring in good news and we give it to you. We searching for podcasts and connecting people and culture from here and up out of the globe. Following our people who waiting to sell. The blessing our time and our efforts are rest. The broadcast we giving are real and the promise from best. To work with my life without fear. From Grandfather Nima to Lufa, from Riverside, River G to Chile, from Grand Crew, Bombing, Cape Mount, Montserrat, Sano to Bacalu, from Maryland, Bonk to the Mikey B. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB.
Sktv, the best in Liberia. Sktv, the best in Africa.